fellow readers, it's I, Dark Symphony 777. Before I get into the video, I want to mention two things. One, I got a new laptop, so I'll be able to do a lot more stuff. Everything. I'll probably do a new video just talking about that. And finally, this will be the last video that's just going to be uploaded to YouTube exclusively. Like after that, I'm going to be starting. After this, I'm going to start archiving all the videos that I want, and I'm uploading them simultaneously on YouTube and BitChute. I'm only going to be using BitChute as more of a failsafe rather than anything else. So there's that. So now let's get started. This is episode 2 of Archetypal Artistry. For those of you who don't know what Archetypal Artistry is, a couple months ago, me and a friend of mine, Agent X, did episode 1 where we talked about basically the whole point is we're going to look at a set of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Agent X actually wants to extend it to other things, but for the most part, it's just going to, for my channel and my channel only, it's just going to be Yu-Gi-Oh cards. And we're going to be looking at an archetype or a group of cards and rating them from F to S plus based on their art exclusively. We're not going to talk about consistency, not metagame, or adaptability, survival, anything. We're just going to be looking at the artwork of the card, and we're going to be ranking it on that. All I know is the art is subjective. Some people may have different opinions on the card arts than mine. That's fair. And finally, there's everything going on. So after I do rank every individual card, I'll be giving an overall rank to the art as a whole, and I'll be naming what my favorite and least favorite card is. This is actually going to be just me. On certain, I did ask my friends if we are going to do certain archetypes with my friends, but for the most part, it's probably going to be me for the most part. So in art, sorry about that. So, episode 2 was originally going to be the Shaddolls because of the new Shaddol Showdown structure deck that just came out. However, I actually was in a conversation with a user on FIM Fiction, and we talked and we just goofed off and just made Yu-Gi-Oh jokes. And he brought up Mech Lords. It's like, So, episode 2 will not be the Shaddolls. I'm probably going to be doing Shaddolls as episode 3, but episode 2 is going to be the Mech Lords. For those who don't know, Mech Lords are a 5D's archetype. Their main gimmick is anti-synchro, but they completely fell out of favor, mainly due to the simple fact that, every XCs and pendulums, stuff like that, completely just destroyed them. They did see some use in scrap decks as like a sort of small engine, but not all the cards. And they have some very kooky artwork, if I have to say so myself. Let's do this, Peacock. Let's look at the first one. Okay. First one is Mech Lord Army of Granel. Now, I'm looking at this guy. He has a very kooky design. It's kind of, I don't know whether or not to describe how the hell, like I said, some archetypes, they have a clear theme of their artwork. This is one of those ones that don't. It's just, let's just make the most kooky crap stuff ever, and just let's call it a day. It's like the artwork designers were like, hey, let's make the most ridiculously stupid archetypes from a design standpoint ever. You got some PSP on your tip first. So we got Granel first. I think this is one of the better ones. There's not really a lot of good looking cards in this archetype. There's only like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. It's like 16 cards. And this one's not bad. I think it's one of the better ones. I do like the half dome. It does look kind of derpy. I don't like the arms though. Like everything outside of the arms, I like. I even like the background because it's supposed to be like Earth. But the arms look like they're heels. They just like, hey, I'm wearing heels. The face kind of has that symmetric face. Yeah, when I'm with other people, we're going to be more jokey, but this time it's more reviewy. I mean, it's okay. I don't say it's good, but it's just, It's the standard bearer. I would give this one a C. So let's go to Skeel. Now we got this stupid looking thing. Did Capcom design you? Did Capcom design these guys and say, hey, you got some extra sketches from Mega Man? So, can we use them? We'll pay you money. Where's that money gonna go? Not Pachinko. This is another okay design overall. I don't like the tail. I think it's really, really stupid. I like the helmet. Okay, fine. I exclusively just like the helmet. Everything else is just why. It's like you decided to let Keyboard Cat do something with it. This is just painful to look at now. No, the Emperor version is going to be painful to look at. This is just a below average card. C minus. I have nothing to say about this one. Weasel. I look at this guy and I see what's with the face. It's like he has a very constipated face. It's like, help me, I got a crap real bad. Help me. It's just the face is so silly. This is, not to mention, I don't like the color scheme. This looks like an alien. Like, aliens have their own archetype in this game, and they look better than this guy. I think this is the best one of the bunch. C plus. I'm sorry, it's just this archetype, for the most part, it's bad. Okay, so out of these three, I like this one the best. I do like the slim design, the legs. This one actually kind of works well with these types of legs. It looks like something out of this world, like it's a hunter. Although I don't like this gun. I really don't like it. That's probably my only knock against it, is I don't like the gun, and its face just looks like it's like, oh god, what's up my ass? But other than that, I do like the little shield thing on its arm. It's not bad. I wouldn't call it great. Like, the Mayakashis had, like, far and away better art. Even then, they had, like, some bad ones. Okay, so next one is Mechlord Astro Dragon Asterix. First off, the fuck's up with that name? Mechlord Astro Dragon Asterix? This is like an Asterix. But on the art, I really love this art. I think this is probably the best art in the entire archetype. Let's take this piece by piece. I like the tail. It's basically it is a dragon. Like it's like a lung dragon. I do like the symmetrical. It's like trying to make an infinity symbol, because for some reason the archetypal symbol for this art is like an infinite, like a somewhat near infinite symbol. So having the body be the infinite is actually kind of cool. I don't like the space, but it's niggling. But it's just there's really no need to be there. The color scheme is actually phenomenal. I didn't like these two tendrils at first, but I think it kind of fits. Now when I look at it more, kind of being like, it's supposed to kind of be a lung dragon. I absolutely love this mask right here. The color scheme is phenomenal. The sort of flowery mask face thing is actually really well done. I don't have anything that's really bad to say about this. There's not going to be much to talk about for this archetype, because it's just a middling archetype. This is far and away the best one. S. This is an S rank. Okay, now we have Mechlord Astro Mechanical. And I gotta wait for it to load. Why are you loading? Load. And the rest of these oh my god, the rest of them are gonna load. Let me just get these. Alright. I'll do this one while I'm waiting. I'll do this one. since this one loaded. Chaos Infinity. This is a trap card right here. It's there. First off, seriously, what the hell does this have to do outside of the Infinity symbol? Have to do with Mech Lords? That I mean, it's a creepy card. It looks like there's a face, like two profiles, and then like the vase thing, and it's instead of a vase, it's like this creepy little face, and he's summoning spirits from behind the grave. It's like, I am scared because the archetype I'm part of is so trash. And there's a spirit, like there's his balls flying out of the mouth. I don't like this one. I think this one, I mean, for the most part, the artwork is at least somewhat all kind of connected. And then you have this thing just coming out of like complete left field saying, hey, I'm not the, hey, you like your consistent artwork? I'm here to fuck it all up. F. This is trash, and it should be trash. So I'm gonna get rid of that and get that out of my face. Okay, Mech Time Blast. This isn't bad. It's basically a bomb with an infinity symbol on it. I think it's a cool looking design. The whole detonator part, the whole pin part, actually looks like a penguin for some reason. Like I can easily see it just opening its mouth and hey, or singing or talking. I can see this opening up and going, hey, it's me, Kermit the Frog. I'm about to fuck you up. A B minus. Nothing really bad. Let's continue. Let's see if I can go back. No? Okay. Just go. Let me just get rid of these guys. Okay. The Resolute Mech Lord Army. Can I get any of these to load? We got any of these to load? Okay, let's just go to reboot. See if this works. There we go. This is basically just a shutdown Mech Lord Fortress. I believe the card's right there. I think it makes more sense for me to review both these cards side by side. So, there we go. Here's Mech Lord Fortress. It's certainly a thing. There's the infinity symbol again. You know, for an archetype that's literally just, hey, let's make the most stupid things and just throw a bunch of infinity symbols at it, and hope it works. It's not a bad design. I honestly think, for the most part, the boss monsters and the spell and trap cards are okay. Asterix is really good. It's basically just a building. It's not even a fortress. It's just a monument. This card lied to me. This is not a fortress. This is just a waypoint. It's like, hey, honey, where are we going? I'll look at the map. I can't find the map. Well, do you remember them? Do you remember the landmarks? Yes. Look to your right. Oh my God! It's a big bloody building flag with an infinity in it. Do you remember the way out now? I do, honey. The Sydney Opera House is about 20 miles southeast. I give it a B. Not a bad design. It doesn't look like a fortress. This doesn't scream fortress. It just screams, oh, it's just there. It's just there. Okay. Nothing really is there. Now reboot is just basically just a shutdown. Just there. This is a worse Mech Lord Fortress. It's just, let's take the only good thing about Fortress, which is like the scope, and the brightness, and let's just make it black. Let's just turn off the power. Hope that it doesn't turn into nothing happens, and then it gives us a different viewpoint, underneath instead of a grand overall panoramic viewpoint. It does not work. It's just the red lights are a nice touch. This is just sad and disappointing. This card is just ugly to look at. So is this one, the Resolute Army. It's just basically Grano saying, "Help me, senpai! I gotta block this. I gotta block this," and it's like, there's a different card that does this artwork better. That's Zero as a Rock. But good God, it's just, what am I looking at? It's just, it's like there's so much wrong with this artwork. First off, why Grano? Because that's the most awkward one to actually do the whole protecting thing. Because of how it's designed. It's just basically not even trying to protect itself. It's like, oh, don't hurt me! Don't hurt me, I got my drugs! My shoe arms protect me! And the lines, it looks like it's being attacked from all over. It's just awkward. I have nothing good. Sam, this is an F2. This is an F2. Let's go back to mechanically. There we go. Here's the big boy. I really like the design. It actually reminds me of Code Lyoko in a way. I really like Code Lyoko. I think it was a really good cartoon. And this guy is giving me very Code Lyoko vibes. This guy does not have the infinity idea thing in him for some reason. Unless you count oh yeah, you can do a double infinity thing right here on his shoulders. The gaping. Now that I look at him, I have more mixed feelings about him. I don't think it's as good as Asterix. Asterix is a good card. A good looking card. Well, this one is just the lower half. I think they could have done more with the lower half. It looks like someone just attached two plane parts to just a big body and said, "Hey, let's just add some planes," because of the wings, and it just looks awkward. And then you have the gun part, which actually kind of looks good, but then you have this part right here that just looks stupid. And okay, let's give him a big ass gun, and then let's just add something to his other hand. What? Let's just add a bunch of pieces of metal, and have it screwed on what clearly looks like a flathead screw. This part is just attached to his arm by just a gigantic flathead screw. That has to be very awkward. You can picture the army saying, "Help me put on the shield." It's okay. Get the 20-ton flathead screwdriver. The food? No, the flathead. The flathead? Yes, the flathead. Okay. And they bring back one of those crap. I'm having a brain fart. The one that the octagonal design. I said, "Here's your no. I asked for a flathead, but then it doesn't. Oh, it's not a flat. Okay, flathead. Okay." So I like the body and I like the gun. I don't like everything else. The wings are too much. I think or at least the wings could have been designed differently. I do like the background of him just saying, "Hey, so about to wreck the world," and then you completely just run him over with a kaiju. Maybe I need to do kaijus in the future. I do like the why is he has an unnecessary cod piece glowing, and then just hi. So everything except for the upper body and I don't even like the head. The head just looks too awkward. This actually wouldn't look out of place in Big O. You know, Big O was like an old anime from like the early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s, and they had like a lot of weird designs like this. I wouldn't be surprised if they based this guy off of one of the Big O's, like I think Big Fowl, which is like a more aquatic one. I wouldn't be surprised because it does remind me of Big Fowl, like the big shoulder pads and the not conical head and everything. It just looks really, really out of place. But I do think some of the design is not bad. Again, okay, let's talk about the gun. I do like the idea of the gun being like a gigantic, just being his arm instead of like. Sometimes when you see Konami, sometimes when they have the guns, they kind of put it over the hands instead of having it the hand on like the most awkward things. And I think this one was better. I do like the overall design of the upper body. I do think it could, like, I think maybe instead of having the open cavities, it could have been caged like frayed. Like having like a cage on them, kind of holding them back, kind of like a power limiter. I think that would have worked better, but it's not bad. Asterix is far and away a better looking card. I would have to give this a B plus. Now here come the Emperor. Oh my god, here come the Emperors. Oh, this is gonna be. Is this guy? Oh my god, whoever designed the Emperors went to a modern day Art Deco, looked at the most ugly looking things ever, and said, I'll make that into a Yu-Gi-Oh card. I don't like the Emperors. I don't like, maybe like, I kind of like Weasel, but I don't like Granel and Skeel. We'll get to Skeel when we get to Skeel. Granel, he's basically just, they're trying to like make him buff. Instead of giving him gun arms, they just gave him whatever these things are. This is just so stupid. He doesn't even look like he has a face. At least like the overall body part of Army Granel. But Emperor Granel just looks fuck ugly. Here's the infinity symbol right here on his chest. Looking like, it actually looks like this is his eye, but no, this is his face. And instead, this just looks like this is coming off as like one gigantic hollow breast. Like, hold on. Let me just turn this orb and make it look like a boob. You want to follow it? Lower body's actually better, but that's just not sane enough. Oh my god! Everything about the upper body sucks. I believe they even used the same background. Did they even use the same? Wait. If I can find, yeah. No, they didn't use the same background. Okay. Honestly, no. This looks like, Monarch Stormfront. And Monarch Stormfront, that card looks awesome. This one just looks like, he's just landing and saying, okay, I'm here to do jack squat. And pose. Yeah. Let me just move around slowly. Lethargically. Alright, I'm here to fight. Oh, the battle's already over? Despite the fact this is probably the strongest one in terms of attack points. I don't like this guy. Well, he's fuck ugly. He's not as fuck ugly as the next card we're going to look at. But he's fuck ugly. Oh, D. I'm only giving him a D because I at least think the bottom half is actually pretty good, but everything upper body is trash. It's trash. Now we're getting to the back one. I have no words over what I am looking at. They turned Elmer Skeel into a flying motorcycle thing. There's so much wrong with this card. You know what? We'll come back. We'll handle this guy last. Let's just move on. We'll have Skeel last. Weisel. He actually looks the best. I think it's actually an improvement over Army. I think he's just ready to. He just looks like a guy saying, "I'm ready to just fuck over everyone." The eye actually looks like he actually has two eyes. Like he has the eye right here and he has an eye right there, looking at you, glaring. The arms actually look better. Everything about this looks much better over. Let's see if I can find him. Let's see if I can find the original. No. Find Weisel. No. Okay. See if I can find a. Nope, I don't see Army. I was hoping to at least have Army somewhere up here so I can compare and contrast. Oh, here's a better picture. So it's no, that one looks better. Let's go back to this one. Nope. Here, let's look back. Let's go back to this one. Let's see. Oh, there he is. Yeah, I didn't like the head of. Yeah, go back up. Yeah, I didn't like the head of Army. I do like the more helmet, like the more battle-oriented helmet with like the crest. I think it's better. It looks like it has the sides, the gears, kind of holding the helmet in place, look like an eye glaring at you. The UFOS shoulder pad right here in the gauntlet, and the other shoulder kind of be more long for like the better have this blade. That's actually pretty cool. The lower body, I think it's pretty awesome. The legs kind of having the protrusions. Looks like he's a fortress. It looks like it's more buff, defensive. The body is completely smooth and more smooth and more rotund, giving a lot of imagery dreams from it. The background is slightly better with her looking like he's just showing up, saying, "I'm ready to fuck some shit up." Far away, he looks actually pretty awesome. I give this one an A. No, A+. Just missing S. Overall, the reason I want to do him first is because of this card. Boon of the Mechlord Emperor. And then they completely fuck him up. It's like, hey, we have a good looking card. Can we screw him up? Simple. Instead of having him look like a profile, let's look him from the front and and just completely ruin it. So we have him just bow-legging, acting like a cowboy, and summoning a portal. And all this stuff's coming, and then he's just kind of laughing in the background. The face. It's the helmet. The helmet completely just ruins it. Because from the profile, looks intimidating. When you're looking at it from the front, that just looks just dumb. That just looks like it's like I'm not as intimidating now. And the glow kind of obscures him, so you only see the upper body. So it kind of looks, really, really awkward. I mean, it does. I mean, you do have a better scale of the arms. Like it's obvious that this arm is actually shorter because of this one's just a gauntlet. And overall, it's not as good as him on his profile, mainly because the face just when it's looking straight, it just completely destroys any intimidation. I do think it's not a bad card. I think I would give it a B. Now let's look at Factory. How far am I? 30 minutes. Factory, another decent looking card. Not bad. Doesn't look like a factory though. It looks like a printing press. It's like, alright, it's like they lift it up. Yeah, alright, let's make another Mechlord. And they just cut, and like in the prisons, like the stereotypical, like they lower the lever and then they make the license plates. They do that with these. I don't like the base. I think the base could have been done better. The color scheme just. My biggest problem with this card's art is the color scheme. I don't like the color scheme. Purple, orange, black, white, and red. I mean, it's too much. And these greens. I mean, it's too much. Even the background kind of, yeah, it looks like it's just a part of a big printing press. It looks like this is a printing press. Like with the needles, these pauldrons are just completely unnecessary. I think maybe this middle part right here is decent. I wouldn't call it great, but it's decent. Um, I don't think it's bad. I think it needs a lot of work. I would actually give this a C plus. Like there's so much to be done with art that could have been done better. Was just ruined because they had to throw in the knee symbol everywhere. Like if I could add if they changed this or at least made it like more muted. They got rid of these two tabs right here. They completely got rid of these two. Left this by itself. Had this mid raised. I think it could have been much better. 2 cards left. Fortissimo. I really think this is a funky looking artwork. This is a field spell. It looks like it's the inside of a fortress instead of outside. I do like all the. I'm having this is another card I have feelings on because on one hand it looks cool, but on the other hand the design just makes no sense. It's basically a contradiction because you have all these spaces here that open up. This one's like a bunch of missiles. This one's opening up probably like an exhaust. This is like a net. This is like a swirly thingy, and it looks like a phone with like 2 cars attached to it, and the timers. It looks like it's too much, to be honest. But I kind of have a feeling this is what they were going for, with like the over-the-top too muchness. So like, how am I going to rate this one? Because it honestly looks like it was too. They were kind of overcompensating and throwing too much, but I think. But at the same time, it really feels like that's the point of this card specifically, that there was supposed to be too much. I mean, I do like the overall design. The throw part is actually phenomenally look outside of the little card thing. It looks like Port's kind of examining like what's going on outside the ship, because we don't know if it's inside the ship or outside the ship, or this is the inside of the ship and this is just basically the security thing, and it's just a more core thing. Like you don't know what's going on. I don't think this is an okay card. I would have to give it a B. Now we come to the main event. This fuck. Oh, this guy. What could I say about this guy? And I say, what the fuck were they on when they made this guy? This is one of the ugliest looking Yu-Gi-Oh cards I ever saw. Like this thing, Brano was fuck ugly. No, fuck ugly. It's like, how far do you have to keep digging yourself in? Keep digging, you're not enough to go to administer that abomination. How far do you have to go? Till you reach China in Japan. Keep digging, go into the ocean. That makes no sense. This does not count. Where do we start with this design? Well, let's start with the fact this thing looks like the world's ugliest flying bike. Let's start with that. Let's continue with the tail section. What is up with that tail? Why is that flying? It's like... why is this head? Let's continue. Let's move from the tail to the head. The infinite symbol, this just looks like... It looks like a owl with like a 2 wide beak, and it's a fire laser.
I don't even know what it is. This looks like Streetlight with like puffer fish lips. Like, oh, let me kiss you. well, like, let me blow you up while I kiss you. Or let me inject something into your dick or your vagina. And the arms are like, we're just here for decoration. Auxiliary looks like ribs for some reason. They look like, I guess they look like ribs, but they look like, parking pack, things that you use for breaks down. I'm having a part on what they're called. The things that you attach that are on motorcycles and bikes. A kickstand. These are kickstands. No, this whole crest thing looks. What is this? This looks like the background is just flying around, not helping the whole imagery of this supposed bike thing. But it's the ugliest looking bike I've ever seen. I could probably do an entire video or just make fun of this guy himself. This guy just looks like a piece, like an angel dust user's wet dream. I would be surprised if someone did get high and they designed this car for that. Said, hey, I got the best idea for a card. What are you on? On how many different types of drugs does Japan sell? I don't know. Oh, no, let me the paper. Here, I made this. I have absolutely. This is just travesty. I've seen some bad Yu-Gi-Oh cards in my life, but this is probably one of the worst. Words cannot comprehend accurately of how ugly this thing is. Just F. So that is MechLord archetype. Final ranking, it did have some decent cards. Mechanically was an okay card. Asterix was a very good looking card. For the most part, the spells and traps, they're okay looking. But for the most part, the monsters are just bad. What S rank? You had one A rank, two B ranks, and the rest of them were C and F ranks. Oh my god. And one D. Overall rank, I would actually have to give it a C. No, a C minus. Best looking card, Asterix. That card looks phenomenal. Worst card, Emperor Skeel. That card just looks. Like I said, I can do an entire video dedicated to just roasting that one card. Oh my god, this just. But I want to actually get my friends. So I would get all my friends. Hey, you want to do a fun video? I said, what's that? Simple. We're gonna spend an hour making fun of this one card for how ugly it is. Overall, it's an interesting look at archetype. There's no synergy over what the art gimmick is. Like when it comes to artwork or naming conventions, there's always kind of gimmick behind it, or kind of a theme. Like recently, they just built the Dragonade archetype, which is Kobayashi. I have a feeling we haven't seen the whole archetype yet. I think there's going to be more support for that archetype. And I have nothing really bad to say. Well, I have bad to say about this archetype. I said Asterix and Emperor Skeel. That's Emperor Skeel. Weisel. These are pretty bad. Mechanically, again, not bad. Okay. So I will see. There's just not really much to say about this archetype, as most of it was trash. Not to mention, it had such weird designs, like designs you couldn't even really talk about that much because they were bad. But it's just outside of Asterix and Skill, there was really nothing to go into discussion about. So that is the MechLords. I will see you in episode 3 where I do Shaddolls. Hopefully. That's something sidetracks me, like Metal Chase or something like that. So this has been Dark Symphony 7.